I got the Nintendo Gamecube for Christmas of 2003 when I was just 5 years old. It was bundled with the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which I definitely enjoyed playing and appreciated, but it wasn't really the best way to start my GameCube adventures. Anyways, I took what I could get and had a lot of fun playing the demo of Zelda Wind Waker and also playing the other Zelda games. The next day, my family was visiting from Venezuela. I was playing Zelda Collector's Edition in the living room right when they first came in. And then this happened.
Prima, ¿quieres verme el juego que me trajo Santa?
Mi amor, te quiero ver jugar este que te acabo de comprar.
I was so excited to get Mario Party 5 because Mario was my favorite franchise in video games. I had spent my entire early childhood playing Mario games on the Nintendo 64. So many classics like Super Mario 64 and Paper Mario 64. When I popped the game into the GameCube, I witnessed what would be one of the most nostalgic intros to any game I have ever played. Upon selecting your file, you select between 6 different modes. It was such a throwback seeing the stars from Paper Mario 64 again. Believe it or not, when I first got the game, it took me a whole week to figure out how to turn left or right. Whenever my sister would play for that first week, she actually knew how to turn the joystick left or right to select the mode. Let's start with Party Mode. You can play by yourself or multiplayer. Obviously the multiplayer is the best part about this game. I was always visually pleased by the tiny creatures that represented how many humans were gonna play. And the GameCube represents the computer. Me and my sister used to play the party mode together so much. We would be in the same team. She would be Yoshi and I would be Luigi. When I would play by myself and I wanted a partner, I would choose Yoshi and my partner would be Waluigi and I would set him to hard. Sometimes I would even start myself off with 9 stars when I was really young. You have 7 different boards to choose from. The point of party mode is to try to get the most stars at the end of the game. Toy Dream is my favorite. That's a dream with all the toys. I remember one day in early 2004 I was outside looking for things to do when my cousins arrived. I got the hell back inside so we could play. We were playing Mario Party 5 and Toy Dream. When my cousin would roll the dice and start moving, he would count as he would advance. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love the pause in party mode, because of all the little icons. Rainbow Dream is a dream where you rotate between islands floating in the sky. As a little kid, my favorite part was skipping through the lily pads. I would get pissed when landing on some of the question mark spaces in this world, especially the one where you gotta keep tapping A, because I sucked at it. Pirate Dream is a dream about pirates. I played this board once back in 2005 with my childhood friend Francisco. We were in the same team and he was trying to ruin my life by throwing a mushroom on one of the spaces instead of using it on himself. Undersea Dream is the one where you're underwater. It's not one of my favorites, but I definitely don't mind playing in this one. I still love playing on this one for nostalgia. But as a little kid, my favorite dream was not this one. It was Toy Dream and Future Dream. Future Dream is the one where you're in space. It's so fun going into teleporters. Future Dream was definitely one of my favorite boards in the entire Mario Party series. Sweet Dream is the one with all the cakes and lollipops and shit. I remember as a little kid playing in this board and one of the CPUs landed on the question mark space on the waffle. Then the star came out and wished him a happy birthday, and he got paid. I said good for him, but then I realized that the money came out of my pockets. Bowser's Nightmare is exactly what you would expect. It's just a lava level. You unlock it by playing through the story mode of the game. After all the turns are finished, the bonus stars are awarded and the winner is announced. Such beautiful presentation. Even today I feel the same sense of satisfaction that I did when I was 5. It truly made me feel like a winner as a kid. Minigame mode is for people that just want to jump straight into the minigames. You can play it in single player or multiplayer. In free play you can play all the minigames that you've unlocked. Don't you just love the music when you're selecting the minigame? This music would drive my dad crazy since he heard it so much. Ground Pound Down is the minigame where you gotta smash the blocks to make it to the bottom before your opponents do. Back in early 2004, my older sister used to press the Z button to practice, so I started copying her. One day I was playing the party mode by myself, and when I got to this minigame, I kept pressing Z instead of the pause button to start. I was so confused as to why I kept replaying the same minigame over and over. Chomp Romp is the one where you gotta guide your Chomp Romp to the end. You call for him and he charges at you, so you gotta move out of the way. I already have the formula mapped out in my head, but it's included in the Mario Party 5 strategy guide. Hydro Stars is the one where you're racing in speedboats. You gotta go through all the stars in order from 1 to 5, and then cross the finish line. I remember playing this when I was 7 and me and 3 CPU were all finished at the same time, but I won by a photo finish. Willflower is the one where you have to spam A. Whoever sprouts their flower first wins. I started to get pretty good at this minigame when I was about 15. That's because I would hype myself up and start spamming the A button fast as hell. Triple jump is the same thing, except you gotta press both A and B this time. I never had much success with this one. Heat Stroke is a 3 versus 1 minigame. The player by himself has to knock off the other players. It's so easy for the person that's by himself to knock off the other 3. Back in the mid-2000s, I had a neighbor the same age as me. We were playing Mario Party 5, and when we got to Heat Stroke, me and my neighbor were on the same team, and we had gotten knocked out by the hammer. I told my neighbor that I had the book with all the real endings in Mario Party 5. In the book of real endings, whenever I got knocked out of the ring, I came back and killed the motherfucker who did it, so I would be the winner. Coincidentally, the book stated that I was ultimately the winner in every single minigame. Manic Mallets is a 2 versus 2 minigame. You and a teammate have to spam the A button more times than your opponents. I remember playing this one and being on my sister's team. She was doing all the work. I barely pressed A and was the reason we got smashed. Mary Poppins is a duel minigame. It's a minigame where only 2 players play and they duel each other. You gotta pop your opponent's balloons by pressing A and B simultaneously. I sucked at this minigame as a kid because I didn't know what simultaneously meant. One time when I was 6, I gave the controller to my grandma and she beat it for me. That was the only time my grandma ever played video games. Minigame Battle is a sub-mode where you have to win a certain amount of minigames before everyone else. This is for people who want to play without any gimmicks. Minigame Circuit is where you race your opponents to the finish. The more minigames you win, the more you advance. I remember when I was 7, I was playing this with my cousin and I let her catch up to me. She said, "Aw, thanks." before I crushed her. Minigame Decathlon is a sub-mode where your score is determined on exactly how well you perform on the minigames. So you don't necessarily have to come in first place more times than your opponents to win the whole game. I put a lot of time into this one as a kid so I could keep breaking my records, which you could see in the options menu. Minigame Wars is the sub-mode where you have to win minigames in order to claim tiles. You can also conquer other people's tiles. Minigame Tournament is a tournament played between 4 contestants, strictly consisting of dual minigames. Options mode is where you check out the options. When I was a little kid, I thought the black shade on the star's mouth was a concerned face, but it turns out that it's his mustache. You can look at the minigames you've unlocked, change the rumble settings, check the records, and listen to the soundtrack of the game. As a little kid, I would check the minigame Decathlon records because I would always try to beat my high scores. The most fun I had in options mode as a little kid was listening to the sounds and voices of the characters. I don't know why I spent so much time on this as a kid. I even made a crappy little video for my YouTube channel back in 2010. It was just Luigi with the voices from the options mode. Bonus mode offers 3 different sub-modes which are all pretty fun. In beach volleyball you play in teams of 2. You can play with 3 different balls which all change the style and pace of the game. You can play with a normal volleyball, which is normal, or you can play with a dice or babon volleyball, which isn't quite as fun because the game is decided more on luck than skill if you ask me. When me and my neighbor Jose were 10 years old, he would come to my house and we would play this game. He claimed I was cheating because he didn't know how to spike the ball. Every time he threw the ball over the net, I would return it. Hockey mode is my favorite of the 3 sub-modes. It's hockey but with Mario. You play in teams of 2. When I was 15 and 16, I would practice this sub-mode a lot. I was so good that I was able to shoot from the total opposite of the court and make it. From the other side of the court, I would aim at the wall and I would shoot and the puck would ricochet from the wall and go inside the net. I was good at doing that too. One day my cousin Manny came over and we were playing ice hockey on a team. We played this shit for an hour straight. In the last match we played, we were tied with the CPU with less than 5 seconds left. I did a 360 no-scope that ricocheted from the wall and made it inside the goal and the buzzer went off immediately. We couldn't believe how lucky we were to pull off the win. Easily one of the greatest gaming memories of my life. Card Party is a sub-mode where you play a card game. It was a lot of fun as a kid, but I wouldn't be too interested today since it's so luck-based. As a kid, I had 2 friends, Nick and Alex, and we would sleep over each other's house all the time. One day I went to their house to sleep over and we spent the whole night playing Card Party. Super Duel Mode is gnarly. That's where you go to create your vehicle and battle others. When I was 5 years old, I felt like a superstar when I was coming down to the pipe in the tournaments. I would always read the descriptions of the contestants in the tournaments. You can duel it out with CPUs or with friends. When you play minigames in party mode or minigame mode, you unlock points which you spend on parts for your vehicle. You can battle humans with the cars from your Gamecube. But if your friend has this game, they can bring their memory card to your house and download their car onto your game. I did this with my friend once. I went to his house and we were playing Mario Party 5. Then we joined memory cards to play with our own vehicles.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, that looks so nice. How?
I can choose which one I want.
You choose to be
I'm Bill
yes.
Cosby.
That looks so cool.
You should see the face on Alex's face right now.
That car is OP. It looks so nice.
Let's see if I can battle you.
That's what he used last time, and I didn't kill him once.
Wait, was Daryl at my house that day?
I did.
Bro, I'm gonna lose so many times.
Hey, we need yours.
I had the best car you can possibly build in the game and he drove a piece of shit. When I was in the 1st grade, There was a 2-month period where after school my mom would take us to the office for a few hours. I would take my Game Boy with me for sure, but I was having a lot more fun playing Mario Party 5. My mom would bring a little ass TV and my Gamecube and 3 games, and Mario Party 5 was one of them. I remember once when me and my sister were playing, I had asked my dad who Koopa Kid was. I had asked my dad, who is that character? And my dad said that his name was Copa. Story mode is the campaign mode of the game. I remember playing this mode in the summer of 2004. I would wake up early in the morning to go play the story mode, and then my dad would tell me to go brush my teeth. There are so many memories I have of playing Mario Party 5. As a little kid, I used to drink Malta while playing Mario Party 5 all the time. I remember in late 2003 and early 2004, I would play this game while eating greasy arepas. I was getting grease all over the joystick. But then I stopped. I completely lost it when I found pictures taken during the Christmas break of 03 to 04, and I found pictures with the Gamecube and copy of Mario Party 5 on top of it. Mario Party 5 serves a lot of nostalgia for me, especially the music, the intro, the title screen. The music is up there with Super Mario 64's level of music that really brings me back to that time. It's a shame that the composer of Mario Party 5 only worked on one Mario game, this one. I love the music in this game so much because hearing it takes me back to the beginning of the GameCube chapter of my life. The most nostalgic chapter of my life and the best in terms of video games. I played this game with so many family members and friends, and they all loved it just like me. This game brought so many people together. Mario Party 5 is the most magical game I've ever played. It's an unexplainable feeling. I just feel like there's some sort of magic you feel when you play it, but maybe it's just me. I mean, Mario Party 5 did release on November 10th, 2003. The day I turned 5. Maybe that's it. It just feels like all the planets were aligned perfectly on that day. And it sucks because when you look back at your childhood, you know damn well you took everything for granted. And I shouldn't have done that. Because there was never, ever gonna be another Mario Party 5.